बहुत लोगों ने बोला है कि Valorant in India is dead.
If this podcast gets to 10,000 likes, I'll call up the T1 guys and we'll do a full tour of Faker Tower.
This is a do or die. मतलब ये सब लोग का literally last chance है. इसके बाद नहीं हुआ तो season खत्म. So welcome back guys. Last वाला episode बहुत ही क्या बोलते हैं शुरुआत थी.
उम्दा परफॉर्मेंस रही पिछले वाले एपिसोड में.
पिछला वाला episode का खासियत ये था that it was in Mumbai and this one is in Seoul.
Yes.
See, they call me.
And why it was special was because we didn't have this person here. Now we do. So ये वाला episode.
In the back end, they told me, hey, bro, first episode so boring. We had these two,
Boring guys.
Boring guys.
Oh, such a boring day. Such a boring people.
Such boring people. They call me and they want me to come. So I was like, okay, can I bring my pet dragon? And
No. I'll tell you what honestly happened. We called him and we were like, bro, first episode में इतना मजा नहीं आया. So we requested him to come and join us for this episode. But instead, he said that I'm not traveling to Mumbai. तुम लोग यहाँ हो तो इसलिए he flew us down for this episode. So thank you, Gary.
Thank you, Gary. So once again, speaking, since तेरे पे limelight आ चुका है. Since तेरे पे अच्छा ले. मैं बोले आशीर्वाद दे रहा है तो ऐसे how you give blessings. Since तेरे पे limelight आ गया है and since he is the local in Korea, have one word from our sponsor.
안녕하세요. Intel, very good.
Okay.
This is Gary 3 months in Korea.
But once again, on a serious note, you've been here around, tell us how it's been, tell us what's happening. कुछ inside gupshup
Because
बताओ.
technically we are the newcomers in Korea. Mohit has still been here probably a month and a half. Gary has been here 3 months. For me it's been 2 weeks. पहले भी आया था, but now in this iteration as a French fries league.
And we'll get to that. You were last year in 2018. We'll get to that story also.
But now Gary, since you're the most experienced in Korea,
and since you're on the spotlight,
tell us about Korea.
Korea is a lot of fun. The problem is a lot of tension. We have a lot of problems in the back end, which is why I'm losing hair and getting.
I promise you that's not why he's losing hair.
Yes. Even I got a message from Vassal saying, bro, why is your hairline going back day by day?
That's because he's spending $200 on hair products.
And playing those really cool idle clickers.
Yeah. Okay, sorry, continue. Experience in
Why
Korea.
am I here? Is it a
You
good
called
show?
us here.
Is it a show about me getting ragged?
No.
Then it's a show about you ragging.
That's the next episode.
That's it. What?
उसके लिए हमें को बुलाएंगे.
That will rag him. No?
But chat also said that next episode should be in LA because we did one in Mumbai, one in Seoul, next in LA.
So you're saying it's like a traveling podcast?
Oh God, these excuses just to go to LA is so annoying. Everything they do, LA.
He is crying because he is the only one in G जिसका US visa नहीं है इसलिए रो रहा है. अगर इसका visa होता सबसे ज़्यादा यही रहता.
You can get the visa now, like anytime.
हाँ लेना.
Just paisa amount there, which I've spent on these two.
हाँ.
To get them here.
Okay, if you want to take Gary to LA, then chat में थोड़ा हो जाए.
क्या?
Gary to LA एक petition निकले.
कुछ नहीं होगा.
नहीं?
ये भाई US visa के लिए खर्च नहीं करेगा, but $200 का शैम्पू लगाएगा.
उससे ज़्यादा था haircut included.
मैं 2 शैम्पू की बात सिर्फ कर रहा हूँ.
Gary.
Sorry, how was your experience in Korea? Let's get back to that.
Back to the
regular podcast.
We are doing good in Korea. Everything is coming to place now. There are few things which we had delayed in Korea, which is now hopefully message
नहीं.
not hopefully
Still in process.
not happening yet, but still in process.
हो रहा है.
G5.
But yeah, everything overall is good in Korea. We are prepping for LCQ. Well, probably that is the topic for today, right?
Yes.
हाँ, but मैं पूछा how was your experience?
My experience is GE experience, so
ठीक है, but how was your experience in
it
Korea?
was fun. It was very fun.
कितना घुमा?
I spent a lot of time in T1 Basecamp.
Yeah.
PC bang.
By the way, ये बात पे please अच्छी तरह note कर लो. Gary has spent more time at the T1 base camp
Then the G base camp.
than the G base camp.
But उधर
I'm
से
just
काम
saying.
कर सकते हैं ना, फोन है, लैपटॉप है,
तो एक सेकंड.
iPad है.
ठीक है, information बता क्या चल रहा है वहाँ पे.
Oh bro, I met one of the
League of Legends players,
player.
Really?
Yeah.
And you bought the umbrella
I met
also?
him such a way that he didn't know I was there, but I met him.
Okay.
But also he's been using the T1 umbrella everywhere is going.
Because काफी बारिश हो रही है.
उधर अंदर.
जैसे मुंबई में हो रही है वैसे कोरिया में भी बारिश हो रही
So
है.
I'll do one thing. I will try and get that signed, if possible.
By whom?
From Faker?
One of the T1 players. Whoever you guys want.
The Overwatch players or the League of Legends players or the Valorant players? कौन?
League of Legends players.
League of Legends
Hopefully
players.
I can
Why
do.
not the Valorant players? Because they're in LA for champions and you can't go. So getting back to topic.
Back to the segment.
What guys? This I'm telling you, this is just a new show to bully me. That's it.
So we should change the name from audience se pucho to let's bully Larry.
Larry.
Let's fly away.
Okay. ठीक है. Coming to the actual topic of this episode, जो हमारे creative team who's sitting right now in
No
India.
wait. इससे हो गया. Now next comes to you. You've been here about a month. This is your third trip to Korea this year. Second trip to Korea this year.
Third this year, second trip.
Second
But
trip to
in
Korea
all, I
this
think fourth time maybe.
Fourth time to Korea. But
Fourth
ठीक है.
time.
Let's talk about this year.
Okay, fine.
Your second trip
This
to Korea.
year-
What's changed between your first trip and now?
Mainly the weather.
Okay.
Because last time जब हम आए थे
पहले ठंडी थी अभी गर्मी.
पहले ठंडी थी अभी गर्मी है combined with a little bit of rain.
That's because I brought the weather from Mumbai. I
Yeah.
come from a land of heat and humidity and rain.
Yeah, you got it then.
Yeah. My hometown
I
is.
come from what? We are all from same place. Yeah, I come from.
अच्छा. और बता.
I come from.
और बता made in Chennai.
We all come from same place. चुपचाप बोल अभी.
So we were talking that Gary should totally get a tattoo made in Chennai
Yeah, that's true because he was.
because made in China नहीं हो सकता because you're not.
You are made in Chennai.
Moving on.
Okay, coming back. So what has changed? I think
made in Mumbai.
अगर outside the bootcamp and outside the ecosystem of competitiveness बात करें, गर्मी है. Also, I think from when we came last time, it's opened up much more. I think we've seen a lot of more tourists come in. It's
that
much more
definitely.
lively. It looks more, fun. People are out there doing a lot of activities. Whether it's out, partying, whether it's out gaming, whether it's anything.
So the
काफी
first
cheerful
time,
हो गया है.
basically first time when GE came here and everyone started getting set up was just as things were opening after lockdown. I think Korea was one of the last countries in the world to open up. They're very close and secluded. They didn't want anyone else coming from outside, so they were extra protective, which is a good thing. I think that's why things have been under control. So last time there were a lot of restrictions in place. Abhi सब कुछ खुल गया. Now it's very different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
last time I came, there was not much foreigners as well.
Yeah.
Like, I think we were the first few to actually get to the country. I don't know. I didn't roam much, but I think
Seemed like it.
Yeah, to get into the country as a foreigner. The prices were, I feel the prices were even cheaper than.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean,
before.
definitely tourism has gone up, and we've talked about this a lot. One of the big reasons is Netflix. All the K-drama
K-dramas.
shows in the last 3 years,
Yeah.
everyone sitting at home has suddenly gotten so much into K-drama, into K-pop music. The entire Korean culture is now a global culture, which before 2020 wasn't as much. हम लोग फिर भी आए थे because for us gamers and esports, like Korea is the home of esports and that's why esports originated. सबसे पहला StarCraft का भी tournament यहाँ ही हुआ था. We were discussing last night. WCG, which is World Cyber Games, they originated here. So Korea is kind of like the birthplace of esports. So for us as gamers, it was always big. Anime has always been big here. But now with K-pop and K-drama becoming a global sensation, the rest of the world is opening. In fact, when we landed, along with our flight, 4 flights from US landed at the same time. And you would see so many foreigners and so many tourists because suddenly K-drama and the entire Korean pop culture is a very different situation, which is what's made Korea a hub.
And I think Koreans, the kind of culture that is here, it's a lot of respects entertainment also, right? Not just shows like Squid Games, which has done such a, like amassed a mass following across the globe, but also the Korean shows, which are, really finding a good connect with also the Indian audience. And globally, they're doing well. And here, what we've seen in our experience, people really love to go to movies, love to, watch TV shows, love to just.
They love entertainment. I think
They
Koreans love entertainment, whether it's music, whether it's movies, whatever's happening. Koreans in general love entertainment.
Yeah, that's why I think that's one of the reasons why the VCT Pacific is in Korea, because entertainment.
It is the entertainment
Riot
capital.
loves entertainment.
Oh, for
Yeah.
No matter what. I think they like entertainment more than the esports side of the
Agreed.
division.
Correct, and we come from the land of Bollywood, where entertainment is everything. So here, if you combine the history of
See,
esports,
as they say back in India, तीन ही चीज बिकते हैं. Entertainment.
Oh, I don't know that, but yeah.
Yeah.
नहीं, so
but
if
you're
you
right.
guys believe that, then do hit that like button यार. अगर तो अभी तक enjoy करे तो एक like तो बनता है ना.
नहीं.
Subscribe तो बनता है ना.
नहीं.
अगर entertainment आगे मांगता है तो बनता है ना.
ठीक है बोल रहा है भाई बोल रहा है तो कर लो.
Hello.
So yeah, like I was saying, it's the perfect capital of which has the history of the esports along with entertainment. That's why I think it's such a great opportunity for all of us to be part of it, learn from the culture, expand it to you guys, and hopefully maybe show the dream how it feels like for us who just dreamed of playing video games in the comfort of our homes are now playing on this global scale, learning everything, putting into practice, and hopefully leveling up the gaming ecosystem.
I mean, honestly, for us growing up, we loved watching all the esports tournaments that came out of here. Tabhi to esports as a word wasn't even that big. We used to call them LAN tournaments या video game tournaments. Events होते थे as such. Esports का इतना बड़ा नाम नहीं था. But we always saw what the competition was over here and how competitive it got. And हमारा सपना था कि एक दिन हम भी यहाँ जाके खेलेंगे. Of course, हम तीन बहुत बूढ़े हो गए. But and हम नहीं खेल रहे हैं. Look. I can rename that podcast to two married men and one single guy, but that's not the case. Because both of us know, both our wives love K-drama and K-pop.
Yeah, going back to what you were saying also is like, just imagine an esports player, one guy has a tower. Damn.
Faker tower.
Think that.
For those who don't know, he's talking about Faker tower.
Yeah.
They don't know.
Yeah,
People don't know.
Yeah.
Faker has an
tower.
entire building here. Like
tower.
League of Legends, Worlds, jeet ke, getting the following that he has, being part of T1 and establishing himself not just as an athlete but as a brand. Faker has bought an entire building. 11 floor की building है उसकी कोरिया में called Faker Tower. Like that's insane. His house, he doesn't live in a house, he lives in a mansion.
Yeah, but to put things into perspective, think
lives
of
in a
it like
mansion.
5 साल बाद if a player like SK Rossi works really hard and someday gets a tower, मतलब उसका क्या value?
Wait. I would want to say, I mentioned a certain goal for the last podcast as well. I'm going to do it for this podcast. Thank you, Gary, for the idea.
Okay.
He'll take all the credit anyway, so इसलिए advance में thank you बोल रहा हूँ.
He's taking credit for everything, bro.
Yeah. वो credit वाला है, मैं debit वाला हूँ. But getting to the point, if this podcast gets to, again, I'm going to keep the same goal because I know it's unrealistic. If this podcast gets to 10,000 likes, I'll call up the T1 guys and we'll do a full tour of Faker Tower.
Chalo, done.
Done. I'll call.
That will not be the bare bootcamp. This is Faker
Just the
tower.
Faker Tower. Bootcamp के लिए 5,000 में करवा लेंगे. T1 bootcamp के लिए 5,000 likes.
T1 base
Faker
camp
Tower.
वाला बोल रहा है.
No, bootcamp.
Bootcamp.
Not
Okay.
base camp के लिए 1,000 likes.
ठीक है,
1,000
1000 like.
So these
तो
are
भाई
goals.
3 वीडियो बोल रहे हो तुम लोग basically.
No, same video पे.
Same video पे.
हाँ, same video पे.
Behind the scenes team सुन रहे हो क्या हो रहा है?
So on 1,000 likes, we'll do a tour of the T1 base camp. On 5,000 likes, we'll do a tour of the T1 bootcamp. And on 10,000 likes, we will find a way to do a tour of Faker Tower.
एक second, how many likes will it take to do a tour of our bootcamp?
वो 0 likes next week हम लोग वैसे भी कर लेंगे. You don't need to do any likes for that.
Okay, so we were talking about how much Seoul has changed on the outside. Let's talk about how much
We have changed on the inside.
I mean, not us, but our team, our players, the kind of culture that we're trying to build here. Everything. Now we'll get to a little bit masala.
So you're saying how has Korea changed us?
And our team and everything that we're working towards LCQ.
Korea has changed our perspective of how esports should be.
Phone aa raha hai.
Yeah, my bad.
Busy guy.
I'm shooting.
Ruck.
So yeah, esports has changed our perspective of how it should be run as well. Generally in India as well.
Yeah.
The discipline people have, the work ethic. What else can I say?
थोड़ा
I think
script देख लेना उधर next
अरे
time.
दादा lines दे दो. So more importantly, what at least from my perspective, just meeting all the other owners over here, meeting all the other team managers, everyone else who's been part of the ecosystem, who knows a lot more than we do, getting to learn from them, understand what they've done. I think already we've got at least about a dozen ideas that we can come back to India and implement only by spending 2 weeks here. Can you imagine the value of that? Yeah. Like I've been here 2 weeks and I've already got a dozen things that I can come and implement जो India में बहुत ज़्यादा फायदा देगा. That's going to help not just global esports of course, but the entire ecosystem to grow. And that's the advantage of getting out there. Like now, I was seeing Thug and Mortal are right now in LA. They are there for the Mobies. They went and visited the 100 Thieves Bootcamp. For them, going and seeing what is happening at an elevated level, I'm sure he's also got 100 ideas now that he'll come back and implement. So that is exactly how it needs to be. You need to get out into the world. You need to go and learn from people that know more than you. Otherwise, like earlier, Rossi was also telling us, and we were talking about it. Rossi was telling us that problem in India mein kya hota hai, everyone reaches that cap, and because they become the best in the country, they think they're the best in the world, which is not the case. You need to go out, you need to learn what's happening in the rest of the world, learn from all those cultures, copy nahi karna hai, but you need to learn what happens and then take and give it back in a way that is customized for the Indian audience. Tabhi jaake you'll be able to take it forward. And that's the same, like the same advice I give people in the US and in Europe and in the rest of Asia. Come to India, learn how we do things over there. You don't need to copy or replicate it, but apply what you've learned in your own region so that everyone can grow and scale. And that's how it needs to be done.
By the way, let's take a moment to give a big shout out to Mortal, Thug, Goldie Bhai and the entire SATL family
For winning the Mobies.
For putting India on the map and always taking us on the
Rocket. No,
Rocket.
First they win Content Group of the Year. Now they win Mobies. I mean, I know that they have been working extremely hard. Forget what's happening on the esports side. Honestly, I don't think anyone is putting as much effort on content as they are. I wish more people put that much effort on content.
They're capitalizing on it.
Very smart.
All of us can take a page, from their book and learn a lot, not just how to kind of work on the esports side, and along with that, work on the content to make it not just have an impact in India, but on a global scale. So big kudos to you guys and keep doing what you do. We love you guys. And
And there's always,
G-fighting.
and there's always haters in the chat, which I see. And
I love you, haters.
You guys have not achieved anything.
Arey.
So don't put other people down.
I love haters, bro. They give free engagement, bro.
hating, it's okay.
Keep hating. Spam.
hating.
I hate you. क्या कर लोगे? कुछ नहीं उखाड़ पाओगे. Spam करो. जितने हमें मजा आता है ना comments पढ़ने में.
Just be happy for people.
Free reach.
Just be happy. Just be happy for people who achieve something like.
There is no bad PR, right? What they say. Hate kada
That is
hate.
bad PR also.
There is.
एक ये इसने ये बोला है ना. शुरू हो जाओ. You know what to do.
करो बिंदास करो. मेरे पास है मेरा गार्डियन भाई.
ये देख तेरे को
गार्डियन सॉरी
हमको लेके
गार्डियन नहीं, तेरा एक alternate personality है ना, कभी सोशल मीडिया पे आता है.
So yeah.
One experience I wanted to say, which is very closely connected to the Seoul city and how the culture is over here. When we first came to Seoul during our Fortnite and Overwatch phase, what we really liked was the way people look at esports as any other career, like parents specifically.
Yeah.
The way you can become an architect, a doctor, or any other white collar profession, the same way parents here look at esports, where they, not just help you pursue your passion, but also assist you and guide you along the way. Like so much so, जब हम लोग first time bootcamp के tour के लिए जा रहे थे, one of our coaches' mom actually drove us around and showed us all the, houses and the options.
Yeah, like imagine we had the players' parents coming along with us for the bootcamp tour, so they could help finalize the place. And they actually came and told us that ये area में मत लो, यहाँ internet अच्छा नहीं है, go to a better place. I don't want my son lagging in game. I can't wait for that to happen in India. Like imagine a time where your mom or your dad goes along to help decide the bootcamp with the org because they want to ensure that you all have better internet and better performance. That kind of culture hasn't come into India yet, and that's how developed South Korea is as a nation, which is one of the reasons why the Pacific League is set up over here. I think after Korea, the next nation which is really picked up is Japan, which is why you saw at Masters the way the audience at Tokyo, guys, the Japanese fans.
जापान लेके जाओ यार मेरे को,
Like
बचपन से जाना
Japan, take me
है.
to
Japanese
Japan.
culture is
I love
So
Japan. Take me
good.
to Japan.
कितने likes लगेंगे to go to Japan?
I don't know, but take me to Japan.
उसके लिए likes नहीं लगेंगे, super chats, donations, super thanks, everything you all want, please हमारा Japan trip
I
fund
will
कर दो.
accept घर
गाड़ी, पैसा.
Take G to Japan. Petition चालू करो.
See, I would have really liked winning in the regular season and qualifying for Masters and ensuring we got to Japan that way. But अगर वो नहीं हो सकता है, we'll take cash or credit.
Check भी चलेगा.
It was a good thing we didn't qualify as well.
Yeah, I was about to leak that.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
okay.
we can leak
Can
that.
you?
Okay.
Can we? Team?
So let me give you a perspective about how much problems we have had with the visa. I think I may have already mentioned this on a stream before, but very realistically, even if we had qualified for Masters, Rossi, Golu and Monye, ये तीन लोग का Japan visa नहीं होता time पे. Like we would imagine qualifying for Masters and still getting disqualified because we wouldn't have the players. Like how something didn't make it to Masters, that's one player. They had a sub that they could put in. 3 of our players would not be able to make it to Japan because of the visa issue. Like imagine that. We are just experimenting. Abhi I have set it up on my phone. The next live stream I'm going to do it straight from my laptop. So next episode के लिए it will be a lot better. हम लोग भी सीख रहे थोड़ा episode 2 है यार, ये हर हफ्ते होने वाला है. So those that are watching on YouTube, congratulations. You don't have to deal with the same thing. You have high quality video. But those who are watching it live, we'll ensure that you have a much better experience going forward. Like I said, this is going to happen every week. This is a weekly podcast.
No matter where we are.
No matter where we are, basically next वाला LA में होगा. But no matter where we are, ये रो रहा है because ये नहीं होगा.
One apology to the live chat by the way.
हाँ, black chat जैसे लगा देंगे, थोपड़ा लगा देंगे. But वो LA नहीं होगा.
Done.
LA नहीं मांगते. I don't want to go LA. I want to stay in Korea. I like Korea too much.
ये तू बोल रहा है because visa नहीं है. Visa होता तो सबसे पहले तू ही भागता.
I don't think so.
He's not a Hollywood
Okay,
fan.
how about this? Let's get your visa and you don't come with us. Okay, done.
Chalo, done.
Yeah, and if you've gotten to this point of the episode and haven't liked the video or subscribed, what are you doing? क्या कर रहे हो? कर दो. अभी तो कर दो. And और कुछ ना सही तो at least comment पे जाके hate थोड़ा दे दो. All those that are in chat right now, I put up a story yesterday and there was a great deal happening on Amazon Prime Days as well as Flipkart's Big Savings Day. make sure you go click that link because you will get laptops at an amazing price. There were insane Intel Core powered laptops starting at 49,000 rupees. वो price में आपको कहीं नहीं मिलने वाला है. So if you want some epic deals on the laptops, go check out the link. And while we're here, all those people watching live, this is your chance. If you have any questions, ask. We're going to be picking up some questions from chat, so we can take it.
Exclusive ones.
Some exclusive questions.
Only
from chat.
exclusive ones will make it to the cut.
Strix, are you still there? Can you tell us which is the important one?
हाँ thumbnail का photo लेना बोला उसने.
No. So right now I want to jump into the topic of. Before that, I want to jump into the topic of LCQ.
Okay, fine. ठीक है, अभी serious थोड़ा.
So
LCQ.
I want to ask
Chance
these two
Qualifiers.
some questions. I want to ask you a question. Who wants to go first?
Sal.
Yeah, huh? We do it.
I said Sal.
So.
Okay. Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors.
Fair and square. Fair and square.
So fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Hara, bro.
What do you think are chances in?
I don't think. Acha.
No. Be true.
Okay.
Be fair. No, don't be fair.
Be honest.
Be honest. What do you think are chances in LCQ?
Very honestly,
Yeah.
I feel if we beat RRQ, we're winning LCQ. Our biggest challenge is going to be RRQ. I'm so confident that if we beat RRQ, that we are winning LCQ and going to champs, because I think RRQ is the biggest hurdle standing between us and that championship. And unfortunately, like I know all glory, मेरे को हम सबको free trip LA, वो सब all that aside, all that aside, I truly believe the way the team has been working, once we get through that first hurdle of RRQ, which is single elimination, and reach a double elimination bracket, I am 100% positive my boys have all the ingredients that it takes to win this championship. I'm serious. I think RRQ is going to be our biggest problem.
For you, since you were listening and you're going to answer the same thing, so I also want to change the question.
Okay. I'm ready.
You were not ready for that.
I was ready.
Which player do you think needs to pop off for us to qualify?
Can I say the cliche answer?
No, you just be honest.
Be honest. Forget the cliche.
Okay.
Like dil se.
Okay.
Sach bol.
Honestly,
because तूने सारी games
like,
देखी है पूरे season.
Okay, so I'll be honest, and here's what the team also believes, and here's what they've been sharing. सुन ले. Last time जब हम लोग यहाँ थे, we were here. We spent some time with the players. We spent some time with the team. Because of the visa issues, they were not getting the right time to put the team synergy, to establish the right communication, to kind of get that, kind of एक वो होता है ना, team का एक momentum होता है. उन लोगों को chance ही नहीं मिला था to get enough games together, to spend enough time inside the game, to spend enough time outside the game. So they were not really feeling it. I think since the time, finally when the visa issues are थोड़े बहुत clear हो गए, they've got the time to get to know each other much better. They've got a chance to spend more time with each other, inside the game, with the coaches, practicing the things that were really weak earlier and they needed to deliberately work on them. Plus, they've got a chance to go out of their comfort zone, spend some time with the team and the coaches on workshops, doing a lot of extracurricular activities. And here's the thing about the player. I don't know why the team, kind of feels this, and they've kind of, mentioned it once or twice, and I also believe in this the most. The kind of play style the team currently has, they feel they need that one person which gets them all going. And somehow that comes down to SK Rossi.
But no, I'll be honest. What he's saying is right. It's not. I'm not even saying about Rossi as a player. He's the hype man.
He's the hype man.
He's a proper hype
they
man.
Just say that the way he communicates, the way he creates the space, the way he, creates some synergy. There's that special spark that Rossi brings in, which if that is there, the team really goes to a point to give DRX overtime. And we were there in the arena. We've seen that. And I'm not going to give credit to only Rossi because he's just the spark. The way the team ignites because of that spark is what really matters.
Damn, क्या plug किया? Ignite skin भी, VCT spark भी.
आज सब book लग.
मेरे को script मिला था ना. Thank you.
You was writing books today, bro.
So I would say, अगर वो एक, if things fall into place and if that one guy just feels the, kind of momentum and the right energy on stage, I feel everything will fall into place, and I'll go with Rishi as well.
I think momentum की game है.
Momentum की game है. RRQ को हराया. उसके बाद सीधा हॉलीवुड की टिकट पक्की.
और अगर नहीं भी है तो 3 दिन में पता चल जाएगा.
ये lead loaders ना.
What do you think? What do you think?
Alex, before you go to that, Hollywood हम लोग के लिए थोड़ा sentimental है. It's always made our dreams come true. Back in the days when we were indie filmmakers, we had those dreams to create content, go across the globe. Hollywood made it happen for us. And I don't know why, maybe it's a personal bias. I think that magic will happen again.
Now your turn. He's done with his book.
Extra किया ना.
बोलना. बोलना.
So yeah, I feel the team can qualify about. If you keep in a percentage, see you want
I
me
am
to tell the
mathematician
truth.
हमारा.
You want me to say the truth?
Yes, mathematician sir.
We
बताइए.
have about
बोलो.
again 50% chance.
50-50 coin toss.
Yeah.
Coin toss जिंदगी.
Because I feel right now the team still needs a lot of time together. They still need to practice a lot. They still need to communicate a lot. They still need to bond a lot. But
all these things are good.
yeah, but I feel if they stop throwing, in sense that stop doubting themselves, stop
Holding
themselves back.
Yeah.
They will perform and they can take the trophy.
See, remember,
That's what I feel.
the reason that we got such mechanically strong players is because they have the skill. That is not what's lacking. You can see that in our pistol rounds. We have some of the best pistol rounds in the world. That comes down to pure mechanical skills, pure aim and nothing else. Where we are putting more effort now is on team synergy, is on the players' individual self-confidence. I think that's one place where even the Adamas esports guys have been doing so good. Our performance coaches and mental coaches that we brought on board. Of course, it's only been a month. एक महीने में क्या ही हो जाएगा? Like they've been doing one-on-one sessions with the coaches, with the players, with us. We're going to be doing a lot more, but it's a long-term game. It's something that's going to develop over time. It's not something that you can just snap. ऐसा नहीं है कि एक phone call किसी के साथ हो जाएगा और अगली गेम में जाके खेल के जीत जाएंगे. I wish it worked that way. I wish it was. अभी तक कर चुके होते वो phone call. But unfortunately, it's not just one phone call or one conversation.
फोन कॉल करके उसका नेट कट कर.
RRQ का नेट काटो.
खत्म. Easy win.
ऐसा नहीं होता है, but ठीक है.
Yeah, but reality में it's way different than it seems. You guys must be also thinking कि हाँ easy है, थोड़ा बहुत बोलो, थोड़ा बहुत aim पे practice करो, strategy बनाओ, जीत जाएंगे. But when you actually come here, you see how tough the competition is, how much effort all the other teams are putting in. We तो are putting in anyway, but the other teams have also got a lot of time and they've been working on many things to improve their game. And at the end, everyone's fighting for that one slot.
I mean, that's what Gary and me keep talking about, right? हम लोग मेहनत कर रहे हैं, हम चाहते हैं जीतना, but remember, all the other teams are also doing the same thing. Yep. Not a single VCT team is sitting there saying, नहीं यार ये सीजन तो हारने वाले, next सीजन खेल लेंगे, देख लेंगे. पागल है क्या?
20% दूंगा ये सीजन.
हाँ, everyone, every single player, every single org, every single individual that is here is only here to win. Otherwise, why are they even bothering? It's not like any of them are saying कि नहीं खेलना है या देख लेंगे, कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता. All of them are working day and night. It's everyone's hard-earned money. It's their career. It's their job. It's their life. For all of us, this is what we are doing 24/7. अगर यही हमारी जिंदगी है, तो why wouldn't we give it 100%? That's a lot of times when people go and chat like ये क्यों नहीं किया, वो क्यों नहीं किया. It's very easy to sit and watch Sachin and Virat Kohli and Dhoni on screen and be like ऐसे क्यों shot मारा. वो एक्चुअली कर रहे हैं ना, मेहनत वो कर रहे हैं, दिन रात वो कर रहे हैं. इट्स इजी टू सिट बिहाइंड अ स्क्रीन एंड जस्ट से व्हाई डिडंट यू डू दिस, व्हाई डिडंट यू डू दैट. इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू एक्चुअली डू इट.
We are actually very lucky. Not we exactly, us. It's our region. Are very lucky that you see other regions like NA and EU. I think they, if you see a person underperform, you're out, bro. Like over here, at least there are chances. People. I feel Pacific may people play with emotions.
Yeah.
Play with emotions as well and
Play with your emotions?
not
or?
play with my emotions. Play with emotions as well. They perform better while playing with friends as well.
Yeah.
That's what
Power of
I've seen. Like power of friendship.
I mean RRQ.
Right.
there.
Power of friendship.
Like,
no one
In
expected
lock-in,
them.
everyone took it as a meme and they said we will win with the power of friendship. And I think that is one team that has really respect to them. The way they have come up and the way they have fought their way through. Like in true G fighting spirit, they have fought their way and they're doing so well right now. That is why I said for us, winning against RRQ is like winning the grand finals. So that is going to be the biggest hurdle that is stopping us from going to champions.
And one thing people don't realize is that this is a do or die. मतलब ये सब लोग का literally last chance है. इसके बाद नहीं हुआ तो season खत्म.
And I think for us that's one thing that really adds the pressure but also makes it that much more exciting and compelling. अगर हम, now imagine this, Wednesday की match में अगर हार गए, like picture this.
Hypothetically.
नहीं हारेंगे, LA. But अगर हारे,
Hollywood.
अगर हारे,
तू भी बोल कुछ.
ये घर पे बैठेगा क्या बोलेगा?
क्या करेगा? खेलेगा?
अगर हारे, our season is done. That also means we will have then our next match, official match, off season to hai, but the next official match that our team will play is going to be in 2024.
Yeah, start of the season. Next season.
So it's going to be heartbreaking and it's going to be hard, but that's what's going to happen. And remember, it's not just for us. अगर हम जीत के qualify हो जाए, बाकी की 6 teams that didn't make it, उनका season खत्म. Then 2024 is next target for them.
That's reality, guys. And the sooner, you know, people understand that and take that seriousness, then you realize कि what we are actually working towards. नहीं तो सब लोग लगता है हाँ ये गेम है खेलो जीतो ये वो कुछ नहीं. The stakes have never been this high. And for us, that's why the victory matters, because a win for us is going to be a win for our region.
बोल रहे.
हमारी जीत में आपकी जीत है.
ओह, ये जतिन सप्रे का डायलॉग चुरा रहे लास्ट ईयर के BGMS से. ओह, जैसे को जी के लिए वहाँ बोला था. It actually applies here also.
It does.
So
जी
don't be-
की जीत
all I
में
can-
e-sports की जीत छुपी है.
All I can say is
Exactly.
don't be a hypocrite in chat to other people.
Hey, don't call them hippopotamus.
So yeah, the people who love, stay loving. That's what I want to say. Anything else you want to say?
Yeah, I mean, I want to say a few reasons why I'm really excited apart from just the matches, because, you know, this time we've got a little time to create a lot more content and do a little bit more, you know, kind of a thing to kind of get the audience also excited and show them a little bit as to what's happening behind the scenes, get them a chance to know the players, have some fun moments with them, show them the behind the scenes, do some spotlight, you know, of some really unique stories. You know,
Like Lightningfast.
no, like Ishan was saying कि time बहुत fast जा रहा है आज, you know, यहाँ पे.
और बाहर बारिश हो रही है, थोड़ी lightning.
हाँ, so speaking of lightning and fast,
he told me to say this. He wanted a plug for Lightningfast film.
like it's easy to just watch the film sitting in your homes, but the entire team, you know, at Global Esports has put in a lot of work to make this story reach the screens. So if you guys have not watched the story of Lightningfast, I would say, जाओ support करो. He is one kid who had the similar problems like a lot of us. गेम खेल के किसने एक्सेप्ट नहीं किया, उसके फैमिली मेंबर्स ने कभी बिलीव नहीं किया कि वो कुछ कर पाएगा, बट वो सब चीज़ों को उसने लिटरली हर्डल को पार करके अपने पैशन को फॉलो किया एंड आज सिलचर से सोल पहुंच चुका है.
And अभी सोल से 1 second. अभी सोल से LA जाना बाकी.
Exactly.
Did he run all the way here? That's what it took him.
Yeah,
that's what they were
एक
saying.
सेकंड. अरे ब्रो, उसको भेजना बहुत सामान हमारा बाकी है, इंडिया में वापस ले आएगा.
न्यूयॉर्क भी जाने हैं वो पैकेज.
हाँ, रेजर का न्यूयॉर्क से लेकर आएगा, ठीक है. LCQ खत्म करो, मैं भेजता हूँ उसको.
One thing I have decided, we're not renewing that locker anymore.
What? I thought the scheme was something else because you want to go to New York all the time. You can keep it.
One
there.
second.
You'll be like every time.
One sec, I have to go to New York to empty it out, so I never
No.
go to New York again for the locker.
We discussed this. After LA, we are going to make a stop to New York and finish that locker once and for all.
ये हमारा ये PM
नहीं, you know what? Once in New
बाहर देश में रोम करके
actually, I wish I
वापस आ रहे हैं.
could reveal the name of the locker. It's very
नहीं.
बढ़िया.
वही hello.
छोड़. But it's very close to, you know, a lot of पैसा है तो ten.
So now that we're done talking about LCQ,
Yeah.
there was a little bit that I did want to mention. While I'm not going to leak what was discussed, but this past week we had a meeting, a leadership summit with all the team owners from VCT Pacific as well as all the officials from Riot discussing the 2024 season, and they were just giving us a complete overview. See, for us, they have to share everything so we can plan our entire year of 2024. It's not like that's one advantage that we have now, right? It's not like how it was back in India, where हमें अगले महीने पता चलेगा या अगले हफ्ते के मैचेस के लिए प्लान करना है. अभी हमें अगले साल के लिए प्लान करना है. We need to plan our entire January to December of 2024 now. Only then we can execute it. So they shared the entire season plan with us, what they're going to do, what the changes are, how it's going to be. And I am telling you, when I went into that meeting, before they shared all the details, I was skeptical. I was like, यार क्या कर रहे हैं, क्यों कर रहे हैं, क्या होगा Valorant का. When I came out, I promise you, I was so optimistic, and I'm so glad that Riot Games are the publishers that we're working with. I don't think any other publisher has been able to execute what they're doing. The way they have taken feedback from season 1, or what we like to call season 0, and so quick implemented all these things for season 2. There are so many changes that are going to be there. It is mind-blowing that a publisher this big for a league at this stage is able to make so many changes just one season in. I think they have learned more from one season of VCT than most publishers and most leagues have learned from 5 or 6 seasons. That being said, they also have 10 years of League of Legends before them for them to learn. And fortunately for us, lots of the teams that are also VCT team owners have teams in Overwatch, have teams in Call of Duty, have teams in other leagues like League of Legends. And there were even some that have PUBG Mobile teams, that have Rocket League teams, Apex Legends teams. So even for us to hear from them, they are learning from those ecosystems. They are learning from what's happening in different parts of the world. And then for us to be able to apply all of that, one thing I can say for sure, the game that I would put all my eggs on and everything in one basket is Valorant. I would not do it for any other game. Like right now, I'm so happy that we have a league slot because this is probably the most secure thing in esports right now.
And one thing, if I can add, the thing that we really love about Riot Games is that they open the dialogue to the team owners and they're kind of working with us to build this ecosystem because they've taken all their experience of League of Legends, seen how that has shaped literally the ecosystem of esports, and now they want to do it with Valorant, which is a fastest growing esports title. FPS title, right? And the best part is talking with us, taking our suggestion, implementing it not just into their league but also working with us on a micro level to help us and help us sustain and basically provide the right ingredients for us to grow as well. Because if we grow as a team and if we succeed, that means the league is going to succeed as a whole.
And also, I will tell you one thing, all the feedback that y'all have been giving us, whether it's about the VCL, whether it's about the local scene in Valorant, I have gone and conveyed everything to Riot. They are on the same page. I promise you, Valorant in India and the rest of South Asia and the world is in a very good position.
They opened their mind and were like,
Yo.
like when Rushi spoke about few things, I can't explain all this, but I will tell you in broken English. So
Broken English.
थोड़ा
टूटा फूटा
टूटा फूटा
बोल दिल से बोल टूटा टूटा एक परिंदा बोल
फिक्स करो, ठीक है? ये
डोंट टंग मी
don't tongue me.
गैरी मुझे तंग करना बंद करो
क्या
डोंट
fix
टंग
करना है
मी
बताओ.
And either way, so when man went and spoke to the Riot employees and everything, he spoke about the troubles and what all is going on in SA as well, VCL and everything. Right? So for them, they were mind blown. Like, oh, we could actually go do this in this route.
See, a few advantages now that we have is the direct communication.
Direct communication.
A lot of the problems that we told them, they didn't know about.
Yeah.
Now they do. The good thing is, like I said, Riot is amazing at listening to feedback. All the feedback that we gave them, they have taken it, and
Open
I
arms.
promise you, they will implement so many things. I already know about 5 off-season tournaments that are happening in India. I can't share those details here. I'll let each of the TOs and all the people around it.
5 से ज़्यादा but ठीक है.
5 off-season in India, which I know of. Whatever else is happening,
leak है ना?
I don't know.
ठीक है क्या leak है बोला.
That's not leak. People can be excited.
Whatever
That's not
being
leak.
said.
Okay, one second. Before we now kind of end this segment and open up the questions to the audience, to our beautiful listeners who are watching live right now, बहुत लोगों ने बोला है कि Valorant in India is dead. Beautiful line. What do you have to say about that? First, let's start with Garu.
I can take it
And
over.
by
if
the
you
team has said कि थोड़ा loud बात करो behind the scenes. Team बोल रही थी Gary can be louder.
Gary can be louder. Okay.
want. Gary को गाली दी. Gary can be louder.
Gary can be louder.
Gary louder.
The scene in India, I get it. It's right now
Dry.
dry. Right now it's dry.
That's the word to use. Dry.
Thank you.
Monsoon is coming.
Because before the podcast, I was telling him, bro,
A different word.
the words I use, right, normal basis. I don't. You guys see me in front of camera. You see me acting weird. You see me doing weird things.
वो because उसका दिमाग चल रहा होता है मुंह नहीं. जब उसका मुंह चलता है दिमाग बंद होता है. बाकी सबको टेंशन आता है कि भाई कुछ बोल मत दे.
So behind the cameras, I'm very vocal with what I say.
Except on Twitch where he's unfiltered.
Sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah. So what did you say? What was the filter
Ice cream
word?
so good.
What was the filter word you said?
Dry.
The
The
scene
ecosystem
the
right now
scene
is very dry.
Because right now I feel in India everyone thinks they know what they're doing,
Yeah.
and there are a lot of people who think. See, there are a lot of people who know what the problem is, will complain about the problem, and will sit in that problem and do nothing. They know how to find problems. There is no solution.
Can I add one thing to
people-
that?
Yeah, yeah.
Can I add one thing to that? I'm not going to share or leak anything about this, but one of the very senior people at Riot came and told us this. One of the reasons why G is in the league is because a lot of the other teams that they interviewed, all of them identified the problems. All of them complained about the problems. Zero of them came up with solutions for the problems. I'm talking about the teams that didn't get in. Not from India. I'm talking about from a global perspective because they interviewed 500 esports orgs and 30 got in. 30 teams got in from the 500 orgs they interviewed, right? One of the things that they told us was where all the other teams identified problems, complained about problems, we were one of the few teams that identified problems, did not complain about them, but came to them with solutions and started implementing those solutions. So from when they started talking to us and we shared those solutions with them to us actually getting into the league, we had implemented most of the solutions and already done it. And we are going to continue doing that because our entire approach is solution-based approach. We hate complaining about the problems. Bro, हमें भी पता है India as a region is growing. क्या कर लेंगे उसका? कुछ नहीं कर सकते ना. Grow करेंगे. Solution क्या है?
We had
focus on the solution.
About 30% chance to get into the league before the interview. Lesser than that.
Where our chances to get into the league were very close to this number.
Yeah. It was very close to that number. And as I said, keep your egos aside. It's okay. I mean, you can hate me for saying this, but keep your ego aside and fix the problems.
Ego does nothing for anyone.
Fix your problems and don't complain about it.
I'm telling you, like before our in-person interview, Riot had made up their mind that ठीक है बात कर लेते हैं इन लोग से फॉर्मेलिटी है आ जाओ अभी यहाँ तक पहुँच गए they've qualified till stage 5 ले ही लेते हैं इंटरव्यू बट कुछ नहीं बदलेगा they had come in with a preconceived notion. It was a 45-minute interview that was scheduled which they had said introductions के साथ 1 घंटे का होगा. हम लोग 3 घंटे वो रूम में बैठे थे.
We've opened a really good chapter, regarding the interview. I think it's something that we've not spoken about. It's something that we can, cover in the next episode in a much detailed way.
I'll try to be more unfiltered.
Yes.
Agreed.
And if you guys are liking and made it till here, do hit that like and subscribe button. We're taking 1-2 questions from your Twitch stream.
Sure.
Let's do that and let's wrap up the episode.
Now's your chance to ask questions. We're not ending the live stream, remember? ये podcast का shoot खत्म हो रहा है, so they can figure out the cameras. Live stream will continue.
I apologize to cut you guys. I know it was going really good it was momentum was good, but I have to listen to the team at the end of the day.
No, don't worry.
मैं भी उनके लिए काम कर रहा हूँ.
नहीं, मैं बाद में उन लोग को भी कट कर दूंगा, so we can continue.
हाँ, हम लोग live stream में continue कर सकते हैं episode. कोई tension नहीं.
Because I am very happy that the main cam is still on. So for future podcasts, we'll stick to the main cam so that these things don't happen. Where are the questions now?
Okay, so anyone listening to us back on Twitch, let's go open up the floodgates. Give us your questions.
Plans of getting an Apex Legends team? Not right now. I don't think. For us, I think Apex Legends is not where it needs to be for us to consider it. Right now, our primary focus, the 2 games that we think have the maximum potential are BGMI and Valorant. We would like to stick to those games for now. We will be expanding. We're always looking at new games, we're always looking at new trends. And I promise you, GE will be the first to jump on a new title when we see the potential. Remember, Valorant maybe, when it was in beta, GE was the one that jumped in first. So we'll do the same when it comes to other titles.
It's not about, you can be a hit or miss.
Yeah,
it can be
I agree.
No, we are not going to sit and cry about that. But it's just like, if, as Global Esports, we decide like if that game has potential for us.
Okay, so one question I would like for us to highlight. How much does G spend to earn 1 rupee?
About $1,100.
A lot. This question has already been asked before and I've answered it before. So I'm going to skip it.
Okay, fine, few 100,000.
Now that Ronski is gone, is there a chance of getting a new player for next season? Right now, I think we're really happy with the way our roster is going and where we are at. As of right now, there are no plans to make any roster changes.
You can't say yes or no.
Yeah, as of right now, there are no plans. We don't have any plans to change our roster.
It's just yes or no because anything can happen.
Okay, and then the last to close it because I thought it's an interesting question. What are the tier 2 scene looking for 2024?
Good.
Very, very good.
Okay, that's our time.
Thank you so much everyone for tuning in. This was episode 2 of our podcast, Audience Se Pucho. We're going to be doing this every week. This is a new thing that we have started, something we've been wanting to do for a very long time. Now that we have started this, every week you're going to see this, whether it's live on Twitch or what you're seeing on YouTube right now. This is where we are going to be at, no matter where we are physically in the world or online. We will ensure that this podcast comes out every week. So
thank you so much. We had a special guest joining all the way from Seoul. That's my time. Thank you. Bye-bye.
How did I become a guest? Why is this guy running? Where are you running? Welcome to my show. This is my show. I invited them. Cut. Hey, why didn't you subscribe? Subscribe now, or your whole family becomes prosperous.
So are you trying to get them to subscribe or not subscribe?